While the former president has fumed about the FBI's search of Mar-a-Lago, former First Lady Melania Trump has been quiet about it. Well, we're now getting the first details of her reaction to the search. CNN's Kate Bennett joining us with her new reporting. It's interesting, Kate, she's annoyed, but maybe not for the reason you would think.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as Donald Trump rants and raves and goes into this very, specific legal battle, Melania Trump, as usual, is just sort of upset that her privacy was invaded. Being part of the Donald Trump orbit means these things happen, but she was more upset that basically people were in her home, in her closet, searching her house where her son lives, of whom she's rightfully protective of. But not upset to the extent of making a statement or coming to his defense or getting involved in all of this back and forth with the U.S. government and the DOJ that the former president is doing. She's just sort of like, don't mess with my stuff. Don't go in my closet.
They went in her closet. They went in her sleeping quarters, which are separate from the former president's. Did they go through everything?
Well, it sounds like they did. The search warrant did have the right to go through the rooms in the suite where the president frequents. Now, as you just mentioned, they do have separate bedrooms. Her suite of rooms is down the hall from his, not too far. But this is a first lady who is not, hiding a letter from Kim Jong-un in her dresser drawer. She is certainly, his business is separate from hers. She has never let the two overlap. She's very vocal about that. So, it's not as though he's like, hey, I'm going to put this box in your closet. That was certainly not the case and likely never will be for Melania Trump.
Her business, you mentioned, separate from his. She does have business. She's doing this NFT thing.
Yeah, and that's a great way to put it, this NFT thing, because it's very hard to decipher. First ladies, there's no playbook for after they leave office of what they have to do. Some of them choose to go on and use their initiatives to build global platforms. Melania Trump has chosen to invest her time into an NFT business, which is for profit, on a website called USA Memorabilia, where they sell NFTs, which are digital non-fungible token collectibles, for like $50 of moments in the Trump presidency. It's very unorthodox for a former first lady to develop a business that is for profit explicitly, as this website is. She has millions of Twitter followers. She doesn't tweet that much, but almost half of her tweets since February have been retweets promoting this NFT business and the sale of these specific NFTs. It's an unusual, very strange sort of path for a former first lady not to continue the giant global platform she has to talk about, whatever children in Melania's instance. But instead, she's chosen this route, which again is unorthodox. And Melania Trump has always been sort of an enigma of a first lady, and she continues to be. And it's her right. Listen, first ladies only get a $20,000 pension a year when they leave office, and that's after the president dies. So it's not unlike the president who gets money to support an office. The first lady doesn't get that much.
Really interesting look behind the scenes. Kate, thank you for that reporting.
Sure.